Here in the studio to talk more about this is attorney Daniel Pomerantz.
In studio is Daniel Pomerantz.
Daniel Pomerantz.
Attorney Dan Pomerantz. Dan, thank you for your time.
My pleasure, Tracy.
What is Mueller looking for, and could Kushner really have broken a law here?
Well, it's important to be clear that the investigation of a special prosecutor has a broad scope. You have to prove what the president was subjectively thinking in his mind at the time he took certain actions. That's one of the hardest things for a lawyer to prove.
The issues with the textbooks have been put to rest. We review all of our textbooks.
So according to the spokesperson of UNRWA, Christopher Gunness, these claims are bogus. So what's the proof for these kinds of accusations?
Well, first of all, there's Chris Gunness himself. He's notorious for contradicting himself in the press. On January 6, 2017, he announced that UNRWA does not make changes to Palestinian textbooks because it's a matter of, and I quote, national sovereignty for Palestinians.
Are you worried, by the way, about the violence that we're already seeing in the 20, 30 seconds we have?
Well, I'll tell you what, once it was announced, every prediction from all the journalists was the region's going to be engulfed, terrible violence, it's the end of the world.
The attacks at the London Bridge, the attack in Virginia in the United States, and attacks previously in Paris and Brussels.
And this is a reason to hate Jews because Jews are taking responsibility for their own security.
But don't
you just said that anti-Semitic incidents around the world are growing precisely because of Israelis.
I didn't say precisely, but also.
We're saying that Hamas is holding bodies but doesn't have to return them, but Israel is supposed to be held to a different standard of law?
No.
ISIS is obviously increasingly being defeated there, and who's taking its place? Who's filling the gap?
Where does the United States fall in that? Is there anything the United States can do? If you get rid of ISIS, you get Shiite groups. If you get rid of Shiite groups, what do you have next? The Jerusalem Embassy Act of 1995. It was passed by Congress. It became law. So the short answer is that Israeli soldiers are there because international law actually requires them to be there.
Right.
And now you're starting to hear people say a little bit, well, I don't like Trump, but maybe that's an opportunity within the congregations to start talking values instead of just talking red-blue. So maybe that we're moving a little in that direction.
Rabbi,